Hi everyone, welcome to part 2 of this video, or video number 2. Sorry, I tried to get it all in one video and I thought I was pressing pause and I wasn't. So if you don't know where we are, watch video number 1, cross stitch finishing for round ornaments. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to call it, but there'll be a description in the description thing on YouTube. Anyway, we're finishing this ornament. We're finishing it like this, except I'm only doing 2 layers for this one, and then putting a little bit of this stuff in the back and some felt on the back, and then we'll be done. So it's this method using the permanent double-sided tape on the back and foam core. So where we last left off, I had just cut out my piece, put the little quilt batting on the front, put my cross stitch on the front where I wanted it, pinned it into the edges, and then I went on the back, put the double stick tape on, and pressed down each, top, bottom, sides, and then each side. So then I took my scissors and I nipped all the extra. So we're basically doing the exact same thing with the next piece, which is I decided to use this fabric because there's a little kind of metallic gold lines, and I think they looked good with his little gold bits. So this is going to go on here. But basically, we're going to do the same process. So maybe good to watch again if you didn't get it the first time. This is the Scotch gun. Got to pull it, and kind of for putting the batting on, you don't have to go too crazy. A nice triangle of tape will be totally fine. It's permanent, so I mean, you can rip it up if you really have to, if you're upset with the way you did it. Hopefully you're seeing everything. Okay, this is the fabric. So we don't really need to do the pinning that we did with the, first one, because we know that it's just a piece of fabric. But do notice that the crappy side, where I cut, that has mushy marks from where I cut it, is on the back. So I'm putting my mat down. There's no front or back to this fabric, so I have no worries there. I'm just going to stick this on. I do my little going around the edges. I try to get kind of as close to the edge as I can, but you're still kind of working with a thing that goes straight on a round edge. So, it's not going to be perfect, but you can kind of turn it a little, but, well, I probably could be better at this. Okay, got my tape down, my double stick tape. And then I'm just going to do the same method. Let's just do top, bottom. I'm not pulling. I'm just kind of giving a little, don't pull too hard like you would if you were finishing a needlepoint item. You don't have to pull that hard for a cross stitch because it's, the fabric's not that thick. So basically I did kind of northwest, east, south, and then I'm doing, northeast, whatever, northwest. I'm just doing, so that it ends up, looking as, see, you can pull it up if you're kind of not happy with, see that part stuck down and it wasn't supposed to, so I can pull it up. I have of course, way too much fabric here. I do not need this much fabric, but I'm always nervous about not having enough fabric. So anyway, I'm just kind of going like that. It's not, don't make it into a huge deal. It's going to look great. You have a little flexibility, obviously, with the tape not being, it's permanent double stick tape, but it's not, supposedly you can kind of stick it down and pull it up 3 times is kind of that's what the woman who taught me everything I know. She's the cross stitch finisher, our local cross stitch finisher. So pretty good. Because it's a plaid, the lines you can tell they kind of pull a little. They're not perfect, but we're going to have this dude in the middle here. So Not going to worry too much. I'm going to cut, well, I'm going to get my big scissors and cut. I kind of shouldn't have even had all this fabric back here, but you know how that goes. You don't need to be too careful. I mean, okay, and now I have this. I like where it is, but I don't like all this extra fabric. It really doesn't matter. It's the back of the piece, so kind of who cares? But, you know, just so it's